VW CEO just exposed a big lie. CEO Thomas Schafer just admitted that VW is not able to sell EVs, and the only way forward is if he goes against the EV policy set by the government. Volkswagen's cars are getting thousands of complaints related to reliability and quality issues, and not just that, they are facing a massive debt crisis. Yes, you heard that right, folks. VW is currently the most indebted company in the entire world, with a debt of $192 billion. The situation is so bad that they are literally dumping thousands of EVs in deserts to hide their losses. Why exactly is Volkswagen not able to sell EVs, and why did they abandon so many EVs? Could VW close its doors? In this video, I'm going to expose everything that's going wrong with Volkswagen. So, here's what exactly happened. Volkswagen, a giant in the automotive world, is hitting a rough patch. It's not just a small stumble. We're talking about a big loss. CEO Thomas Schafer's words are nothing short of an emergency alarm. We are no longer competitive. We're bleeding money and the roof is on fire. This isn't the usual corporate speech. CEO Schafer's warning is a red alert, signaling that VW is going through a big loss, not able to sell their EVs. They're facing tough competition from the likes of Tesla and BYD in their biggest market in China, and even here in the US, their cars have been having thousands of reliability and quality issues. Here's the heart of the matter. EVs, the supposed future of the auto world, are becoming a nightmare for traditional giants like VW. But it's not just about adapting to a new type of car. Their sales are so bad that they've had to dump cars in the desert. But that's not the real reason why Volkswagen did that. This has a lot to do with China, but more on that in a minute. Now, here's the problem. You see, the government wants every 2 and 3 EVs sold by 2030 to be fully electric. Now, while this is easy for a company like Tesla, who has always been making EVs, for VW this might mean changing their entire production system and even throwing away billions of dollars of work they've done over the years to make combustion cars. But let's just say they did manage to make EVs, which they in fact did. But even then, nobody wants to buy a Volkswagen EV. Let me explain. Volkswagen, known for its sturdy and reliable cars, jumped into the EV market with big dreams. But here's where the plot twists. Their electric dreams are hitting some serious bumps. Imagine you've just bought a shiny new Volkswagen ID4, only to find that the software, the brain of your car, is more like a sleepy sloth than a sharp-witted fox. That's the reality for many VW EV owners. The software in these futuristic cars has been a source of major headaches, with glitches galore in the infotainment system, wonky range calculations, and patchy smartphone connections. Take Brandon Flash's story for example. He's an EV veteran, used to the sleek operation of a Tesla. When he got his hands on the ID4, it was love at first drive, for the car itself. But the software, that was another story. He struggled with charging schedules, Apple CarPlay was a battlefield, and those capacitive touch panels, more miss than hit. Now, let's talk numbers because they don't lie. Volkswagen had to slash their sales forecast by 30%. In stark contrast, look at Tesla and other EV makers who are celebrating with skyrocketing sales. Tesla alone boasted an 83% increase in sales, while VW is watching their numbers dwindle. The big question, why are VW's EVs not selling? So, why the cold shoulder from customers? It's simple. VW's EVs just aren't up to scratch. They're too pricey for what they offer, and let's face it, the interiors feel a bit last season. Plus, VW's not exactly helping their case by charging people for basics like emergency GPS coordinates. But wait, there's more drama. VW's biggest market, China, is also turning its back on them. They're cutting prices just to keep up with local brands. It's like a high-end designer suddenly having to put up a sales sign just to get noticed. Volkswagen isn't going down without a fight though. They're teaming up with Renault for a $20,000 car and partnering with a Chinese firm for cheaper batteries and new models. But here's the twist. They're not cutting EV prices. In a market where everyone's slashing prices, VW's standing firm. It's a bold move, but only time will tell if it pays off. Remember Project Trinity? VW's high-end electric flagship sedan that was supposed to be the jewel in their electric crown? Well, software issues have put a damper on that parade too. The EV market is tanking, not just for VW, but for the industry at large. Demand is plummeting, leaving a glut of unsold electric cars gathering dust in showrooms. Enter President Joe Biden's EV policy, a game changer that's rattling the industry. The policy is more than just an encouragement, it's a stringent set of rules and penalties, pushing car makers to go electric or pay up. The administration's message is clear: switch to EVs or face the financial consequences. But here's where it gets tricky. The policy, while well-intentioned, is creating a rift. It's forcing car makers to pivot to electric regardless of whether the market or the infrastructure is ready. And that's leading to some serious backlash, not just from the car makers, but from dealers and consumers alike. The response from car dealers is loud and clear. EVs aren't selling. Despite incentives like a $7,500 tax rebate, electric cars remain a hard sell. Dealers are up in arms, writing letters to Biden, voicing their frustrations. They're seeing firsthand that the EV market isn't the gold rush it was touted to be. Consumers too are wary. The real-world range of EVs, especially in colder regions where battery performance dips, is a significant concern. The initial cost of EVs, despite potential long-term savings, is another hurdle. The average buyer looking at the $50,000 price tag is thinking twice before taking the plunge. VW's reaction to this maelstrom is a study in crisis management. On one hand, they're halting EV production and laying off workers. On the other, they're refusing to lower EV prices, a decision that's raising eyebrows. In a market where competitors are slashing prices, VW's stand seems counterintuitive to say the least. Amidst all this, VW is doubling down on its commitment to EVs by pouring a whopping $2 billion in charging infrastructure. But will this be enough to overcome the trust deficit they've created? It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. Electrify America, born out of Dieselgate's ashes, was supposed to be VW's olive branch to the EV world, yet it's been plagued with reliability issues. Imagine pulling up to a charger with your battery on its last legs only to find the charger is on a lunch break. The automotive market is at a crossroads. The push for EVs, spearheaded by policies like Biden's, is clashing with market realities. Traditional car makers are struggling to keep up, while new players like Tesla are rewriting the rules. It's a tumultuous time with more questions than answers. In this high-stakes drama, one thing is clear: the road to an electric future is far from smooth. As VW navigates these choppy waters, the industry watches with bated breath. So, what do you think about VW's situation in the EV market in general? Is the push for electrification too fast, too soon, or is it a necessary step towards a cleaner future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more eye-opening updates on the automotive world. Stay tuned for more insights and stay charged up for what's coming next.